Hi friends, welcome to our channel. In the previous session, we had discussed subgroup discovery in supervised. Now coming to unsupervised, we will move to association rule mining. Here what association rule specifies? Here association rule identifies some interesting associations and relationships. Interesting associations and some relationships. That is, suppose the association rule mining is very important in data mining. We are considering a market basket analysis. Suppose the example is we are considering a market basket analysis. Suppose we have some set of transactions, transaction 1, 2, 3 and so on. We have some set of items in each transaction. Suppose transaction 1 done by user A. User A purchased these items. User B purchased this set of items. User C purchased this set of items. Now we have to identify the relationship among those items. We have to identify the relationships among those items. That means we are identifying the frequent item sets. That is the item set that are repeated more frequently. And based on those more frequent item sets, we are defining some rules. That is, we are generating some rules. Now, before going to this example, we have to know some terms. So, what are those? Support. Support means, suppose if you are considering an item, in how many number of transactions that particular item is present. If you are considering an item X, in how many number of transactions that item is present. That is, how frequently the item appears in the transaction. Support count means, suppose we are defining as support, that is support count means support of X tends to Y. Assume for formulation support of X tends to Y, that is how frequently these two items are combinedly appears in the transaction. How frequently the two items are combinedly appears in the transaction. So that is support of, here the symbol specifies support of X union Y by the total number of transactions. Support of, that is the support of X union support of Y by the total number of transactions. Similarly, one more measurement is confidence. Suppose the confidence of X tends to Y specifies how frequently whether an item Y appears, in a transaction that contains X also. That means support of X union Y by, that is both together appears in with how many transactions? By support of X. See the definition. Confidence of X tends to Y specifies in how many number of transactions the item Y appears when the transaction contains X also. That means we are considering both the transactions by support of X. Okay. And two more definitions are for each and every transaction. Suppose how can we say that it is a frequent? How can we say that it is not frequent? So compulsory we have to assign some support threshold. Similarly, some confidence threshold. Some support threshold, that is some support minimum value, confidence minimum value. The number of transactions, that is the support of a particular item or the confidence of a particular item is greater than the threshold value. Now the set of item is called frequent item set. For example, item X appears 5 times. The support value is 3. Now item X is a frequent item set because it appears 5 times, but the minimum value is only 3. Similarly for confidence also. So what is a frequent item set? The item sets that contains the support of that item set is greater than the minimum support. Similarly, confidence is greater than the minimum confidence. These are the support count and confidence. Support and confidence for a data set. Now, two more definitions are, if you know the frequent item set, the next one is, what do you mean by maximal frequent item set? Maximal frequent item set. Suppose for the given items, if you are represented in a diagrammatic format, the maximal frequent item set means, suppose a set is maximal frequent, if a set is maximal frequent if none of its superset is frequent. None of its superset is frequent. So we will discuss with an example, no problem. We will discuss each and everything with an example. That means we are drawing a graph. Suppose the first frequent one item set contains single items. Frequent two item sets contains two items. That is a combination of two. Frequent three contains a combination of three. Suppose if one item set is a frequent, then none of its superset does not be a frequent set. That is called maximal frequent item sets. And the last one is closed item set. What do you mean by closed item set? Suppose in the graph or in the diagram, if there is an edge between one item set to another item set, if both have same support value, for example in the graph these are the two ways. If this has and this one has the same support value, then this is not a closed item set. This is not a closed item set. That is, none of its immediate superset has the same support count. Then it is a closed. If any superset has the same support value, this is not closed. So no problem. We will discuss each and everything by considering an example. Suppose consider an example. Transaction number and some set of items. Transaction and some set of items. Now consider the example. Now consider this example. Suppose we have 8 transactions. These are the some items. Assume whatever the name. Suppose C is Kaspersky, B is the ball, whatever the names. Suppose these are the some items A, B, C and N. A, B, C, N. If we have 4 items, how many number of items? N, B, C, A. We have 4 items. So there are 2 power 4, 16 possible combinations. If you are draw a graph, so if you are represented in a tree format, initially it contains empty. That is, initially it covers all the transactions. Suppose N, B, C, A. Assume in any order. Here order is not at all important. Suppose we have 4 transactions. This one covers only the transactions that contains N, transactions that contains B, transactions contains C and transactions that contains A only. Similarly, apply the different combinations. The different combinations are NB, N and B, NC, NA. Similarly, BC, BA, CA. These are the 6 possible combinations. Okay. Suppose the graph is this one. NB, NC, NA. Next to BC, BA, CA. From this one we are getting one more combination. Suppose NBC, NBC, NBA. Suppose NB with C, because N are repeated, we have to write only a single N. NBC, NBA, and NBBC. So NBC, it is already completed. Write down the different combinations. Next NCNA. So NCA, NCA, BCA, BCA. Next BCN. So BCN. It is also covered. From these 6 transactions, I am getting 4 transactions. So NB, see this one. So this one, NC, BCA. Okay. Now here A, BCA. This one. Now from this one we are getting NBCA. Suppose this is the graph. This graph does not specify any frequent, any confidence, and at the same time not maximal frequent item sets, not closure set. So what is the procedure to define a rule? First we are calculating frequent item set 1. We have the transactions. What are the values? N, B, C, A. N, B, A, C, A. Suppose write down the support for each and everything. What does support specifies? In how many number of transactions that particular item set N appears. So N appears in how many transactions? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 transactions contains N. B, 1, 2, 3. 3 transactions contain B. C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 transactions contain C. And A, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 transactions contains A. This is a frequent one item set. From these frequent one item sets, we are generating frequent 2 item set. That means consider a set of 2 items. These are the different combinations of items. Suppose the combinations are NB, NC, NA, BC, BA, CA. In how many transactions we are writing the support? In how many number of transactions both N and B appears together? Suppose see this one. NB appears together in 1 transaction, in 2 transactions. NB appears together in 2 transactions. Similarly NC 1, 2. NC is also appeared in 2 transactions. NA 1 transaction, 2 transactions. NA is also appeared in 2 transactions. BC 1, 2, 3. BC appears in 3 transactions. BA only 1 transaction. And CA 1, 2. CA also appears in 2 transactions. CA also appears in 2 transactions. This is the frequent item set 2. Suppose, assume our minimum support value is equal to 3. Our minimum support value is equal to 3. That means step by step we are removing the frequent item sets that are not specified, that are not satisfied the minimum support value. Remove the item sets that are not satisfied the minimum support value. That means except BC, all those items are removed. Except BC, because the BC has the value 3. 3 and 3 are equal. All the items are removed. So these are the supports. Next we have one more point, that is the maximal frequent item set. So among these, which one is the maximal frequent item sets? Maximal frequent item set means none of its superset is a maximum. None of its superset is a maximum. That is, NB is a superset for N. NBC is a superset for these 2. If BC has support 3, what are the supersets? The supersets of BC is this one. BCA. What is the support count of BCA? What is the support of BCA? In how many number of transactions BC appears? 1. And this is not a frequent. Support is 1 and it is not frequent. So here BC is the maximal frequent item sets. Remember, none of, suppose BC has a frequent item set because it satisfies the support value. Consider any superset of BC. Any superset of BC. If any superset of BC is not frequent, then automatically BC is the maximal frequent. Then what are the maximal frequent item sets in the example? So the maximal frequent sets are, observe, A is the maximal frequent item set because the support for A is 4. Any of the superset of A, that is any combination with A, either BA, CA, the BA has support count 1 and CA has support count 2. Any of the superset of A is not frequent. So A is the maximal frequent item sets. Next, suppose N has the support 4. Superset is NB. NB has 2, NC has 2, NA has 2. None of the superset is a frequent. So N is the maximal frequent. Now we already discussed BC. Suppose observe B has the value 3. B has the support value 3. Suppose its superset is BC. BC is a superset for B. What is the BC value 3? So superset is also frequent. The superset is also frequent. So B is not frequent. So B is not maximal. That's why BC is the maximal. These are the maximal frequent item sets. Next, closed means. Suppose consider NB. What is the support of NB? Support of NB is equal to 2. Support of NB is equal to 2. Suppose NBC. What is the support of NBC? How many number of times NBC appears? NBC 1 time, NBC 2 times. The support of this one is 2. Support of this one is also 2. Now NB is not closed. That is, if any of its superset has the same support value, then this one is not closed. For example, support of N is equal to 4. Support of NB is equal to 2. Both have different values. So N is the closed frequent item set. N is the closed frequent item sets. These are the some of the examples. Now we will move to how to derive the rules. Suppose consider minimum support value is equal to some minimum support is equal to 3 and some confidence is equal to 0.6. Generally, the rules are represented in if B, then H. The rules are represented in if B, then H. We already discussed X tends to Y. What do you mean by X tends to Y? If X, then Y. So that is, here B is the body, H is the head. The support specifies how many number of transactions both B and H together appears. In how many number of transactions both B and H appear together. From the given data, if support is equal to 3 and confidence is equal to 0.6, I am deriving some association rules. Here we already know BC is the only maximal frequent item sets. BC is the only maximal frequent item sets because it has the only support value is 3. Suppose consider some example. If B, then C. What is the support? If B, then C. What is the support? In how many number of transactions? We already know the formula. If X tends to Y, the support of X union Y by the number of transactions. X union Y by the number of transactions. Suppose we already know B and C. The support of B and C is 3. Similarly, if C, then B. That means the combination in how many number of transactions both B and C appear together. B and C appear together in 3 transactions. C and B also appear in 3 transactions. So support is 3, no problem. Now calculate confidence. Confidence of X tends to Y means in how many number of transactions the Y appears. The transaction that contains X also. Simply now write the confidence if B, then C. So the denominator is the number of transactions B appears. In how many number of transactions that B appears. We already know the support of B. The formula is the support of B. The support of B is 3. and C value, both B and C appears in 10 transactions. Okay. Suppose see one more thing. Confidence. If C, then B. That is, in how many number of transactions the item B appears, where the transactions contains item C. So, what is the support of C? Support of C is 5. So, the denominator is 5. See this one. In the previous case, the support of B is 3. So, this one. In how many number of transactions, both B and C together? That is 3. That is the confidence of this one. This is the confidence for this one. Suppose if one more is, if true, then C. That means the support is equal to 3. What is the confidence? The support is equal to, so true means for all the transactions. For all the transactions, what is the support of C? Directly support of C is equal to 5 and confidence is equal to, what is the support for true? So the denominator is support for true. Support for true means for all the transactions 8 by C value 5. These are some of the association rules that are generated. Now, generally this association rule mining, observe the rules are very clear. Based on, suppose we are considering an example. In the example, I am assuming the minimum support value is 3. Based on that, I have only one transaction, that is one set of items, that is B and C appear together. Based on B and C, I am generating two rules. If B, then C, or if C, then B. These are the two rules generated. This is the general rule applicable for all the cases. If true, then C. This is the way to calculate support and confidence. And the final point is, generally this association rule mining follows post processing stage. Association rule mining follows post processing stage. Post processing stage means simply it removes some of the items which have higher confidence than the general. Suppose my confidence is 0.6. Suppose if for one item set the confidence is some 10. So you have to remove those items. Post processing stage means we are removing some of the items that have higher confidence than the general case. In this we are using a quantity lift. Suppose represented as if B, then H. It is represented as N into support of B union H by support of B to support of H. Here N is the number of transactions. Based on the lift, if the lift value is equal to 1, the supports are specified by the marginals. For example, we are already considering an example. In the previous case, if B, then C. Suppose in this case, how we are calculating lift value? The total number of transactions are 8. Support of BC, the value is 3 by support of B into support of C. Support of B into support of B value is 3, support of C value 5. This is the way to calculate lift. These are the association rule mining.